they always said I'm wrong, but what they doing today? I think they want me gone, but I ain't going away. They told me I was wrong, but look at my ass today. Da 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 da.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Tim for The Real Sports Talk. You can hit me up on Twitter at CashKelly_TRST. Also like The Real Sports Talk on Facebook at Facebook.com/The Real Sports Talk. Last night's Yankees and Tigers game certainly led you to believe that this is going to be a classic ALCS. And I absolutely love watching these Tigers and Yankees series. We got one last year that went to 5 games. We had one in 2006 that went to 5 games. They're absolutely tremendous series. Actually, that went to 4 games. But they're really good series when they were in the ALDS. Now it's an ALCS series, a trip to the World Series on the line. And last night's game, a 6-4 win for the Tigers in 12 innings, was absolutely insane. You saw a lot of close calls. A-Rod absolutely got robbed in the first on that ground ball with runners on second and third. That one I cannot blame on A-Rod. How he's played the rest of the playoffs, that's a different story. But he got robbed there. The Robinson-Cano play, I still can't decide if he was out or safe. I'm beginning to think that after watching the play 4 or 5 times, that it was probably a tie, and a tie is supposed to go to the runner, so he should have been safe. A run should have scored, and the Yankees, I believe, would have won that game 5-4 then in the regular 10 innings if everything held out and happened the way it did. But who knows if that would happen. In the 9th inning, when they're down 4-2, Ichiro came up, hit a 2-run bomb, and then Raul Ibanez, he is one of the most streaky hitters. I've said this for a long time. He's an extremely streaky hitter, but when he's going, you need him in that lineup because he is a power threat every time he steps up. He's really a great overall hitter. That's what he was a few years ago when he was a little bit better, when he was really an everyday player. He's not that right now at age 40, but when he's going this way, you need to find a way to get him into that lineup. And I don't know how long it's going to last. It probably won't even last into the World Series if the Yankees are to make it there. But Raul Ibanez has had a great playoffs for the Yankees, a great last month of the season even for the Yankees. And when they've needed the big hits, Raul Ibanez has stepped up and gotten it done. And by the way, all these people that are acting like, where did Raul Ibanez come from? He's been in the MLB for a long time. I mean, he was a late bloomer, but that's like 10 years ago we're talking. He spent some time with the Mariners, the Royals, the Mariners again, the Phillies for 3 years, and now he's been here the whole year, and he's gotten them some big hits. So if you don't know who Raul Ibanez is, I find it hard to believe that you're really that big of a baseball fan. But either way, crazy game last night, but what happened in the 12th inning is really what is stealing the headlines. The Tigers do end up winning. Delman Young does own the Yankees. I mean, he had a home run. He had the hit that got the first winning run, and then you added on an extra insurance run. But what happened in the 12th inning, Johnny Peralta hits a ground ball to Derek Jeter's left. And Derek Jeter's had a great year, but in the playoffs you can tell he's really been bothered by some kind of nagging injuries that are catching up with him late in the season. And, you know, Derek Jeter's not the 25-year-old guy anymore. He is 36, 37 years old, so he might even be 38. You're going to feel the effects of that a lot more down the stretch of a season when you're closer to age 40 than to age 25 or 30. And that's just how it is. You can train as much as you want, but in the end, it catches up with you more when you're older. So Derek Jeter goes to his left, just completely rolls his ankle, just flips the ball over to Robinson-Cano so no one can go anywhere. He ends up, he has a fractured ankle. He will be done for the playoffs. This is just a huge loss for the Yankees because Derek Jeter has had one of his better seasons of his career this year. It reminds me a lot of Brett Favre's first season with the Vikings, a year where he just came out and despite the fact that he's up there in age, he had one of his very best seasons this year. He was playing pretty well in the playoffs despite some injuries. And the Yankees are really going to miss him, especially in that lineup. Everyone knows at this point, it's not a secret, that Derek Jeter isn't a great fielder anymore because he just doesn't have the range that he once had. But what he does for that lineup and what he brings in terms of just a mental aspect of a guy that's played almost a full season of games in the playoffs since entering the league in 1995. To lose him when you have A-Rod struggling, Granderson really hasn't been that great in the playoffs, Cano has been good, nothing to write home about. The Yankees aren't, I don't want to say they're in trouble because they still have a great lineup, but they really are going to need someone to step up in this lineup if they're not only going to go to the World Series, but they got to come back in the series now. The fact that they're down 1-0, they weren't even able to get that win last night. Really, that might be the most tough part about it, is the fact that they lost last night and they have to come back now, rather than at least having that one game to fall back on. Jason Nix is going to be the starting shortstop for the Yankees. They've added Eduardo Nunez. If things don't work out early for Nix, I really would not be surprised if Eduardo Nunez gets some looks. Either way, you're not going to get the impact that Derek Jeter brought to that team, both in the clubhouse, he is the captain of the Yankees, and in the lineup. It's a huge loss for the Yankees, and it remains to be seen. We'll have to just wait and see what happens with Derek Jeter out of the Yankees lineup throughout the rest of this ALCS and possibly beyond. I'll see you guys later.
Just a little ways around the corner from fear. Be there.